this all part? No, I'm telling you, you got this. You might have your own radio show one day after this. We'll have to see. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Hey everybody, this is Chad Jordan with Sport Clips, and this is another edition of our Hall of Fame podcast. And I have a very special guest today. And those of you that are watching us on YouTube, hello, I'm sure you're admiring my haircut right now. And the haircut that I am sporting is courtesy of the guest that we have. And she's a manager, a barber by trade. And she has one of the most amazing stories. One of the great things about my job is, one, I get a lot of great haircuts. And two, is that I get to sit down and chat with a lot of managers and a lot of stylists around the country and kind of hear their story. And yesterday when I was with our guest, getting a little bit of her story, it dawned on me, I have to ask her to be on the podcast. So I begged and pleaded and refused to leave her store until she agreed to come on the podcast today. And so fortunate to have her. Without further ado, young lady, would you please introduce, why don't you tell me your name, the store you manage, and where you were born. Let's do that.
Okay, my name is Mimi Sadoun, and then I work in Diversity Parkway, aisle 208.
And the last question was, and where were you born?
I'm born in Iraq.
Okay, so if you can't tell from the accent, if you're listening on the podcast and not seeing the YouTube video, she is Iraqi, what do you call it? Yeah, you're rocking the Iraqi.
No,
okay.
Iraqi.
Okay, so my nickname for her is the Baghdad Barber. So anyways, I don't know if she's already been given that nickname, but she is pretty amazing. So I wanted to get her here. You've been with Sport Clips how long?
I've been with the Sport Clubs for 3 years, and then you surprised me because Baghdad Barber, this is my name. My surname was before.
What?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
All right. So she didn't know what her new nickname was going to be. So when I put this on the podcast, is that okay if I use that? Okay. She's been with Sport Clips for 3 years. Been managing that location how long?
A year and a half.
Year and a half. So you've not even been to a huddle yet, right?
No.
Okay. We have to get. So huddle. I don't know if you've heard any stories okay. We have to get you there. You're gonna have the best time. Next year is gonna be in San Antonio, Texas. You ever been to Texas?
No.
Okay, so you're gonna love it, I promise. But so you've been managing for a few years, and the reason I came to your store yesterday, I'm touring Chicago. I went to visit some stores, but they had a contest here in the Chicago region for the stylist. Essentially, didn't have to be a manager, but the stylist had the highest take home per client, and Mimi won with an astounding number, $6.23 take home per client for the given time period that we're looking for. So when I went in her store, I didn't believe it. I thought it was a typo. And then I realized after getting my haircut, she sold me some product. I got a double MVP. So yeah, it made sense why her take home per client is so high. She is fantastic. So I decided I want to capture a little bit of her story. So you came, you were born in Iraq. Yes. So grew up there until you're how old? How long do you live there?
Until 17, and then I went to Jordan and I stayed a few months, and after that Syria, and then from Syria to here.
Okay, so Iraq to Jordan to Syria. Why do you leave Iraq? What's going on around that time?
Because the war.
Yeah, so this is right around 2001, 2002, 2003 time frame, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she comes, and you come to America kind of during a tense time, right? When and a lot of Americans aren't looking for Arabic people to come over. I mean, at that time there's a lot of bigotry and bias. So can you kind of take me through what it was like coming to America during that time frame? What do you remember?
I remember a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like what you mean you want exactly? Like,
yeah, so what was the process? You left Syria. First of all, when you leave Syria, do you know for sure you're going to be allowed into the U.S.? How does that trip? I mean, I don't know anything about that.
Because
How does that work?
Because my husband, he was here, and then.
But were you married at the time?
Yes.
Okay, so you and your husband got married what in Iraq and Syria? Okay, so he comes to America. How did he get? Did he get sponsored on a visa, or was he?
He is a refugee.
Okay, refugee.
Refugee.
Okay,
Yes.
Is he Syrian or what is he?
No, he's Iraqi.
He's Iraqi as well. So he's a refugee. So refugee status.
Yes.
Essentially. So he comes first to America.
He was here, and then we married in Syria, and then after that he come here, and then I come.
And then and then
Yes.
to Chicago or where?
Chicago.
All right. So so you come to Chicago. Do you guys have any? Did you have any kids at the time?
No.
All right. So no kids. And
I was here when I was 20.
Okay. And you you weren't a barber, right? I mean, what did you do? I mean, you were still a kid, 17, 18, 19 years old.
I was not barber.
Right. So you come here, you land in America. What's your first memory of America? Your first impression? Crying? Because you're homesick, or?
I feel like I'm alone, and then I miss my family. And then it was really hard for me to stay here, but now I feel like this country is my really country. And then when I go back to visit my country, I feel like I'm just like
a tourist.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So how did you get through those? How long does it take? You came here. You feeling like an outsider. You're alone.
Yeah.
How long did you kind of feel like that?
It took me almost like 2 years after when I get pregnant, and then I have my baby, and I was busy with her, and by time slow I forgot, like, it's not like I forgot, but like I keep connect like with them, and then talking, and then it was fine for me.
What about when you were here in those first couple of years? Was there an Arabic community that you were part of, or is that what made it so hard? You just felt like it was so different than what you were used to?
No, I went to the school. I'm the person, I don't like to stay home, and then I try my best, and then I learned driving, and then I went to school. I took my license.
So you didn't drive. You hadn't gotten a driver's license in Iraq or Syria.
I was not driving.
Okay.
I learned everything is here.
Okay.
And then it just like I miss one thing and still now I feel like I'm guilty because I don't went to school. And then that time I will by now I will be amazing. But it's not too late because now I just talking with my friend, and I told her like I already registered in the Truman College, and then today is my second day, and I miss my school because I have to be.
No, get out of here! Yeah. Why did you guys tell me that?
I was kind of little nervous, and then I don't tell you yesterday, and I don't want to miss.
On air, you're telling me this. Yeah. Oh, so what schooling? For what?
I want to be in business, or...
You want to be a team leader one day? You want to own your own store? Your own sport clips?
Maybe I can own a sport clips.
Yes, of course. I mean, you know everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Edwin, he gonna be upset.
No, there's other sport. You can buy some other ones, but there are stylists that have become team leaders. Managers that have become team leaders and bought their own. So that's so amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What is it, a 2-year program or?
It's 2 years.
Okay, and boy, you're gonna finish before your oldest daughter. You said is 16?
16, yes.
Okay, so she's gonna be ready for college. You're gonna be finishing.
I can.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good timing. You have how many daughters now?
I have 3 girls.
3 spoiled rotten girls.
Yes.
Okay, understand. And their ages are
17, 14, and then 10.
Okay. So at what part? When do you go to barber school? When does all that kind of happen?
It was a long time ago. It was in 2003.
So when did you come here?
After September 11, 2001.
Was it 2001? Okay,
Yes.
so you were here pretty much right away.
Yeah, after like a week. It was in September, I believe, 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
so those were the 2 hard years, and then so did going to barber school. Is that did that start getting you kind of out of the missing home, and it kind of had you focus and what drew you to being a barber? Why did you want to do that?
Because this is my family job. My mom, she's a beautician, and then my uncle, and I don't know, for some reason this is
it's in your blood.
It is in my blood, and then I don't respect. I will do a man haircut because we are not allowed back home to do a man.
Oh, really?
And then
Okay.
But I was thinking I'm gonna do just only ladies, but when I come here, my husband, he's saying, no, you will not do the job. And then now I'm only the one to cut his hair. He don't go nowhere.
He doesn't go to a man barber now.
No, because he tried, and then they messed up his hair, and then he come back to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't mess up anybody's hair, trust me. Wow. So women can't cut men's hair. Can men cut women's hair?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Understood.
Yeah, we are not allowed.
I get it. I understand.
We get this freedom here.
Yes, I understand. So, for those of you that are listening that maybe haven't heard this before, I've spent some time in Qatar, and so yesterday when I greeted Mimi, I said Assalamu alaikum, and so just to say kind of the normal greeting in Arabic, and so I've seen not Iraq, but I've seen the Middle Eastern culture have such respect for it, especially having spent time there. And so when you are describing what's allowed and what's not allowed, like were you even allowed to drive? I mean, you said you got your driver's license here. Were you allowed to drive?
We allowed to drive,
okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But you go to barber school, you pass with flying colors, and then where do you go? What happens after that?
I took my license and I went to, I remember it was Pakistani lady. I worked for her whole day, and then whole week, open to close, and she paid for me $50 end of the week.
Oh my
God, that was pissing me off.
Right.
And then after that, I went to work with a Syrian lady. She's from Iraq too. I was doing only lady that time.
Oh, okay.
And then
even though were you a barber at the time, or you were a beautician,
I was
cosmetologist?
I was.
Okay, you hadn't got your barber license yet.
No.
Okay, because your husband had said, and you had thought, let's just stick with women here.
Yeah, and then I see her, and then I love the job, and I like to do it, and then, she's from my country, but she don't help me. They was hide the number for me, but I really like it to do the job, and then I learn and I try my best and I learn.
Yeah. Well, at what stage do you decide you should and can cut men's hair? When does that all enter the picture?
This is in 2003. I start cut man haircut, and until now.
Yeah. But I mean, there had to have been a change. I mean, you had culturally, and your husband had kind of said, let's just focus on women's hair. So when there had to be a shift. What happened?
He was telling me I will divorce you.
Yeah. I'm sure. I mean, that's a big. And listen, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I get it.
He told me I will divorce you if you do the job, and I said that's okay. If you don't trust me, that's accept you. And then I just continue to do it. I was really strong woman.
Yes.
And then I like the job and I like to do it and I do it.
Yeah. And when did he eventually come around?
He come after a year. After a year when I have experience, he just start come to me and I'm the only one who cut his hair now.
Yeah. So you you defied the odds.
Yeah.
You're this Iraqi barber cutting men's hair. You got to be one of the few in the world. Now that I'm sitting down thinking about this,
thank you so much.
That's pretty remarkable. No wonder you're on this podcast, because statistically, and it's funny. I had told Mimi yesterday. By the way, did you say your real name when we introduced you? What's your full name?
My real name?
Yes.
Emtahen Abdullah.
Okay, and also you go by Angel.
Angel, she's
Be-
my daughter name. I
okay.
pick her because she's really Angel and I love her a lot.
Okay, she's an angel. And then where does Mimi come from?
Mimi, this is the Assyrian lady. I work with her,
Yes.
and then it was a problem for the client to remember my name because they want to come back to me,
Mhm.
and then they keep tell like, the tall lady, she work in this station, the blonde lady, but I keep confuse them with the hair.
Mhm.
One day blonde, one day is red, and then she say, hey Mimi, just pick this name for you. It's Mimi, and then it's easy for them, and then from there it's come.
Is that what you want to be known by, or do you want to go a different route? Because we can change it right here and make it happen.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you want? What do you want to be called?
I want to go back to my really name.
Okay.
I really miss it.
Now pronounce it again for me.
Emtahen?
Emtahen?
Yeah.
Am I saying that right? Emtahen?
Yes.
Then what does it mean? Does it mean something?
It's exam.
Exam?
Mhm.
Like you passed the test?
Yes,
What?
I did the test with you.
No, that's awesome. Emtahen.
Yes.
I'm gonna write it down. Where is it? I need a pen. Emtahen. How would you spell it in English?
E-M-T-A-H-E-N.
T-A-H-N? E-N. Emtahen.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, you heard it here first, folks.
Okay.
Emtahen, and then last name?
Abdullah.
Abdullah. Oh, okay, that one I got. Abdullah. Okay. So when I put this on the podcast, that's how we're gonna title it. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
You
So
surprised
no
me now.
no more Mimi.
You make me so happy.
Yeah. Hey, you passed the test. You made it here.
Wow.
So tell me a little bit about your Sport Clips career. How did you find out about Sport Clips? You're a barber. You worked for a Pakistani lady. You worked for a
Yeah.
Syrian lady that was
Uh-huh.
Iraqi and all this other kind of stuff. So how did you come across Sport Clips?
Well, I have 3 store. I was on a 3 store and I was working very well. And then
You owned
I owned the stores.
you owned
yeah.
3 stores.
3 stores.
Okay.
And I was,
Were you renting out chairs to other stylists and barbers, or was it just you?
No, it was just only me. I own whole the store. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And it was not too far away. I was working in Divan and Damon, and then another store was in Western and Broad, and then the another one is not too far away. When it's busy, I go, and all store was like really doing good, and I was making crazy lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly, like I have a call from
Landlord.
like the license.
Oh, the license. Yeah, the
Yeah.
cosmetology board.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then they
okay.
tell me like, I forgot to renew my license in 2012.
Mhm.
And then I have to go to school, and then for some reason I don't know what's going on. They don't want to believe me, and then I have to have a lawyer, and then just they kept my license in hold, and they told me you can't work in this until when you get this approval from them.
Mhm.
And then after that I was home because I'm not allowed, because each store is going to be a 10,000 ticket if I open the store, and then they tell me I can't open the store. If I open, they will put like a red
Oh yeah, caution tape or something.
Caution tape, yeah.
Uh-huh.
and then I was really scared, and I don't want to give any risk for that.
Right.
And then I just sold the store. One of them I closed it, and then 2 I sold it. And then I was sitting home.
How depressing was this?
Because here, I tell you from the first, I'm not the woman kind type sitting home,
Yeah.
just only cleaning and cooking. No, I'm not that kind type of woman.
Mhm.
Even when I have 3 kids.
I guess not, because you told your husband if he didn't want you to be a barber that he could hit the road. I guess you're not that kind of woman. Yeah, I get it.
And then
Uh-huh.
plus, like, I have 3 kids, and then I don't have no one from my family here. And then I was like, childcare, babysitter.
Yeah.
Like, I try my best. Like, even if I work 1 hour, I will enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And then from
Because
there,
you do it because you love it.
I love
Yeah,
it. I
yeah.
really love my job.
Mhm.
And then after that, I was sitting home, and one of my friends, he called me. He say, "Just I want to help, like, for a few days." I said, "Okay, no problem. I help him." And then for some reason, it's a family problem, and I don't want to stay there. And then from there, I stay home, and I went to the Google. I was like googling this, like, which one is have like more like 5-star, and it's coming Sport Clips.
Wow.
I call, and then the area manager, she was answer, and then she just like she said, when is you ready, just come for the interview, and then she hired me the same day. And then from there until now, I'm working with a sport club.
Was it at the same sport club you're at now? Is that the one you started at?
No, the interview was in Old Town, and then I went over to River North, and then after River North, I stayed like 6 months with them, and then Diversity.
Wow. And now you've been managing. So let's see, you didn't start as a manager.
No.
You started as the first day. Do you love it? Are you nervous? Were you thinking, this isn't going to work for me? Because now you're working for someone where you had worked your own place. You'd owned your own place.
Yeah.
So what was that transition like?
Like, it was different for me because, like, you know, when you own your store, you're gonna like tell people, like, tell your team do whatever they have to do, but I don't tell myself like whatever, like, you know, but I do my job. But this is only the difference I see in the sport clubs. I love the way how they are. I love the clean part. I love the like team friendly. Like, it's really like you enjoy. You feel like your day is worth it. It's busy all the time. Like, it's good. When you because you had to leave the store you were working at to go manage another store, right? Yeah.
Help me understand. There's a lot of managers listening to this. They remember their first day managing. They remember coming from maybe a different location. So what was it like for you walking in? Had you worked at that store ever before you managed it?
Yeah, I work with the River North manager right now. I was her assistant manager. She helped me a lot, and I appreciate her too much. Her name Karina. Now she's the manager for River North.
Yeah.
She's my best friend.
And she's also just those of you that are listening. She's also off camera. She's here with us, so we're giving her a shout out, like on the podcast and in person. So, and not only that, I don't think she knew Karina didn't know I was coming to her store yesterday, and we had wanted to get a chance to meet. So she actually came to Emtahen. I got it right. Came to her store. And so I thought I missed Karina because I'm doggone it, she's not here at her store today. And then turned out we found her anyway. So that was cool. So she's pretty amazing as well. So you go and you manage that store. You walk in, you begin to manage it. What are some of your memories of the early days of managing the store? Did you have, because of your experience having owned your own location, did that help you, or did you have to get past some challenges in the early days?
First, I was thinking because is my language is like my accent, and then I don't have a lot of experience to be with the managed like as a sport clubs, like because it's really big, huge client count, and then there's a big store, but just like I was like still like strong enough to do it, and then I try it, and I give the owner like say, here, like, well, I have like 2 months. If I see myself, I will do it. If I see like I give up, I will tell you I can't do it. Yeah.
Oh, so you kind of put yourself on trial. It's just you're gonna try it out, see if it could be a fit for you, and if not, you were gonna be willing to admit I can't do this. But in your heart of hearts, you had to know you're a strong woman. You're gonna be able to do this thing.
Yeah. And I already, like, when the manager is left the store, like, I was the assistant manager, and I was doing the job, like, as a manager and an assistant manager. Like, I already did the job without, like, you know, no, like, the owner, like,
without the title.
Without the title,
right, yeah. When did you realize that you were being successful? You had kind of crossed that hump, that challenge, that you could make it. When did it dawn on you?
It's done because, like, you know, when I started working in this in Diversity, it was like really slow. It was really very slow, and then even the owner, he told me you will not do it there because he see me how hard worker I'm. Like, that's kind of type of person. I don't like to sit down, and then I like to be like next. Like, and when I was in River North, he told me, well, like, now you choose Diversity, but one day you will call me
back.
And I say, no, I can't do it. And then I remember the area manager when she come, and then she went to check. I don't know, for some reason she went to the computer, she went over, And then she see that day my tip was 180, and then she was shocked. She said, "What? No one has hit this number, 180 in 2 days." And then the client they was seeing that time, I believe it was a 2320, and then it was like really a huge team. It was 16 members, and then with the 20 client,
Yeah.
it was like something. It was like crazy. And then after when I bought this store, now is the client count by Saturday and Sunday is hit like, is not is exactly the same like amount like every week,
Right, yeah.
but we are between 60, 65, 50, not less than that.
Yeah.
No way, yeah. And it's busy.
Yes.
It's
Well, I mean,
moving.
even
That's
when
why
I left
making-
yesterday, you told
I was
me.
Islam.
Yeah.
Yeah. I done 29 client after you within 4
Yeah,
to
from-
8
yeah.
30.
Your cuts per hour is almost 3. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. What are some of your favorite things about managing right now? What's your favorite part about being a manager?
I don't feel like because even when I was owner, I was really friendly, and then even like I treat my team like as a really friend. Even I invite them to my home. We go out. Like I don't feel like I'm manager or I'm owner. Like just like it's too close. I don't want to show myself. Oh no, I'm manager and you guys.
You're one of the team.
Still I'm the one of
Yeah.
the team, and I believe like the way is like there is nothing changed.
Yeah. And who was it? Anna? Who was that? Your student?
Anna.
Yeah. She seems sweet. It seems like you had a sweet team.
Sweet
Yeah.
team. She's very sweet.
You got a great group. One of the things I meant to ask you. You are a U.S. citizen now, right? You
Yeah.
went through the. When did you pass the citizenship process test? All that.
It was in 2005.
Okay, 2005. Did you have a party? I mean, what is? I don't know what it's like to become a
I don't
U.S.
know.
citizen. Describe that to
I
me.
was scared they're gonna take the passport, the Iraqi passport, but
No, you're a dual citizen,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
But they give it to me, and I was so happy, and then I was so excited that day. I become like American,
Yeah, right.
and then we have a lot of pictures too.
Yeah.
It was a good day that day.
Yeah, I mean, all your daughters are
Yeah,
citizens,
they are
right?
born
They've all been
here.
born here.
Mhm.
So now you are. What about your husband?
He's citizen for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So you guys are all citizens, and do you travel back to the Middle East ever?
I went 2 times. I went to 2014 and 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what's it like going back now when you go back? Is it like your home or?
No, it's not. Like I feel like I have in my mind if I go now, I will be staying 1 week, 2 weeks, not more than that. I will miss my job.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and you can't cut men's hair over
No.
there, so
Yeah, I will miss my job, and I feel like this is my country.
Yeah. So Ramadan and some of the are you Muslim or?
I'm Muslim.
Okay, so how do you get through some of the like? Do you fast during Ramadan? Is that?
I can't be fasting.
Okay, I was gonna say because
No.
you'd have to be standing on your feet all day, not eating.
No.
Those that don't
I
know
think-
Ramadan, you fast for
try.
usually a month or 20-some
It's-
days
it's
or
a
whatever,
lot, yeah.
and it's sun up to sundown, right?
Yeah.
So very taxing. Like, I know athletes that are Muslim, they have to have special kind of differences, and so I was wondering. So culturally, for you being in America, obviously we're a melting pot, but a lot of the culture is either Christian based or no religion or whatever. So how are you able to work your faith into your career, into your life here in America?
Well, it's like about the fasting. I tried one day, and then I feel like I just gonna be like.
You got the shakes.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm shaking,
Yeah,
and
right.
then my face color change, and I don't control myself, and then I say, "That's it, it's done. I can do it."
You got hangry.
Either I will stay whole month, and I was stuck with my manager about that, and then I was think it's way too much for them and for me, and then I just skip.
Yeah. So do you do you guys have Christmas parties that you then also incorporate Eid
We
into?
do the
Yeah.
half day Eid,
Okay.
yeah,
I mean,
after
but I
Ramadan.
mean, for your Sport Clips team, do you guys ever do anything that's kind of just all different types?
Well, they told me Eid Mubarak because
Mhm.
they know is my, like, is Eid like is our Easter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that everyone's being sensitive
Oh, yeah.
and inclusive and all that kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah. And they give me like a day off for.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I got some fun questions that I want to get to.
Go ahead.
But I knew we had to capture your story. I know people that are listening to this right now can't believe some of the things that you've powered through, where you've come from, where you are now, what your real name is, and the fact that we're going to start calling you that again. That you know. But when I was sitting down yesterday, I just had the best. I said it on Facebook, but just the best experience with you. Not just a haircut, but getting to visit. You're so sweet, so amazing.
Thank you.
So thank you, first of all, for carving out time to do this today, sharing your passion for sport clips, your passion for cutting men's hair, period, and just for who you are. So thank you for being a Hall of Famer. And what I want to do is I like to end these interviews with 10 questions that are a little off the wall, but they're fun. They're not, shouldn't be too intense, all right? Okay, the first question.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a superpower,
Mm-hmm.
what would you want? What superpower would you most like to have?
Go back to my country.
Okay, so like teleport, instantly be there, flying, something like that. Okay, all right. So do you have a personal saying or motto that you live by?
I don't understand the question.
Okay, is there some advice that you give your daughters all the time?
Mostly all the time.
Yes. What do you like to tell them about how to live life or something like that?
Now, just like you guys, teenager, and then just wait until when you get in the college, and then that time do whatever you want to do. Now I stop them from a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because I think it's not the right time, it's not the right age, and then later they will feel guilty, but they will have the freedom soon.
Yeah. They need to be patient.
Yes, they have to be.
Don't
patient.
grow up too fast.
It's too fast. Yeah.
If you could, this is a funny question, maybe for you. If you could live anywhere else in the world besides Chicago area, where would you like to live?
Turkey.
Istanbul? Have you been there?
I've been there already 3 times.
Did you buy any rugs, any suit, any dresses? They got a lot of good stuff there. What were you doing there?
I like just to go there to enjoy the weather and then to see is really cool people, nice
the
people,
culture.
Yeah. I feel like I'm in close to where I live.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a sound? I know there is. What sound or noise do you love hearing?
Bird.
You like birds chirping?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What sound or noise do you hate hearing?
Cat.
Cat? Because they kill the birds.
Because I'm scared from cats.
Oh, you really? Oh, okay. I'm not a cat person either. I just alienated half of the audience. But,
I think it's it's back home. They just scare us. Here, don't touch it. It's gonna bite you. It's gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
It's just it's scary. It's just a month ago I was almost died just because the dog. I was in my friend's house, and then I was she lived in the 3rd floor, and then I was talking with my kids from by the window, and then just suddenly I look in the back and I see the dog, and I will save myself, a dog, and I will jump.
Go out the window, third. So
3rd floor.
The police would come. Well, how did she die? Well, she
died
jumping out the window to get away from a cat.
Or the dog.
Okay. What is your greatest achievement in life?
Okay, I don't just explain for me.
What are you most proud of that you've accomplished?
I'm proud about myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm still here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, here in America and here existing.
Here in America, yeah. I'm proud because I was thinking I'm not gonna stay that much long here.
Yeah, that took some toughness to stay. So that is a great achievement. All right. Now, when they make the movie based on the story of your life, they make a movie and it's based on you.
Okay.
What actress do you want to play you?
I don't want to be I just like, I don't want to be in the story.
Yeah, you're not gonna be, but if they have to pick an actress for you who's gonna play your role,
Okay.
who should it be? Who do you like?
Who I like? Like, what do you mean, like, who's I like? Like, I like it, like, to be, like, in the story?
Yeah, so let's say they do the Baghdad Barber movie one day, and it's about you, and they get your name right, Emtahen. Okay, Abdullah.
Okay.
Who do you think they should pick to play Emtahen Abdullah? Who should Hollywood cast as your actress?
I don't understand.
Well, I'm going to tell you who I think it should be. Okay, and then you can see. I think you know who J-Lo is?
No.
Okay, you got a J-Lo vibe about you. So if there was a movie based on you, I think it should be J-Lo. Do you have?
I want to watch this movie.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Exactly, the story of your life. What do you think they should call the movie? The title of the movie that was about your life?
Is it a good exam?
Yeah, it's a good exam. Yes,
Yeah,
I like it. What kind of music do you like?
Is epic music.
Okay. Is there a certain artist or a musician that you really like?
It's really soft.
Okay. What's it?
It's really soft music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is there any certain person that plays it that you really like?
Alisa.
Okay, so that's who. My next question is who should do the music for your movie?
Okay.
So that's who it will be. Okay.
Oh, wow, that's
all right.
nice.
If you got to pick them. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Last question. Okay. So if heaven it really exists, okay, which I believe you believe it does as well, and when you get to heaven, what do you hope to hear from God when you show up?
What like, you know, I heard from the God, like, just like, as a good person.
Yeah, you want to hear him say that you were a good person.
Good person.
Yeah, I think I'm not God, I'm not Allah, but I will say I think you're a good person. You've been so amazing, both at your store here today. Obviously, what are your daughters' names?
My older one, her name Bayan, and then Angel, and then Amy.
And what? You went from Bayan to Amy?
Yes.
But it got more American, you know, as
American,
you go.
just
Yeah,
like, let's go down.
Okay, all right. Well, I just wanted to say that I'm sure that they are proud of you as well. They don't, you know, it's funny because I have 2 daughters and a son. Our kids, my wife's amazing. My kids have no idea how amazing their mom is. They just don't get it yet, right?
Yeah.
Especially my teenage daughters. One day when they're mothers, then they'll realize, oh my gosh, how amazing my mom is. So right now, I know your daughters love you, they're proud of you, but they have no idea what kind of woman you are and how amazing you are. So I want to let you know from Sport Clips what we think of you. We're so proud of you. And not just because of your numbers, 41.7 online check-in percentage, $6.23 take home per client. All those numbers matter, but who you are matters more. And so we appreciate it. Thank you for carving out time and going through not understanding my American accent and language and all that kind of stuff and letting us get through some of those things, but really getting to hear your story was so inspirational. And I know our listeners are going to appreciate it as well. So
thank you so much.
Thank you. Great
you,
job. Thank you. All right, everybody. Tune in next week for another episode. Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.
All right. That was it. You did awesome.
Aww.
That was great.
I'm sweating.
And I knew when I had started,